Retirement for me is not going to be like my mother had. When my mum retired, she was able to put her feet up and slowly, I guess, ease herself into retirement. But for me, unfortunately, I'm going to need to carry on working because the state pension is just not going to be able to support me because I'm a renter. So if you're like me, in your 60s and preparing for retirement, but you're also a renter, you know the struggle. I'm going to have to work longer because now the retirement age for me is going up to 67. So in 6 years' time, there is no way that my state pension is going to be able to support me, and I'm going to have to carry on working. But there is a plus side to that because, I'm not sure that I really want to stop working. I want to keep my brain active. So for me, that's been thinking about side hustles and new projects, and that's actually quite exciting. Building something fresh at this stage in life. Who'd have thought? In this video, I wanted to share how other women in the UK are finding ways to supplement their state pension. And there are some options in here that you may not even have thought of and may be ideal for you. So grab yourself a cup of tea and I'll start. You're going to have to forgive my windswept appearance. I've just got back from Porthcathan Bay. I wanted to get down to the beach before the rain came in. So it's Saturday and it's forecast to be raining this afternoon from about 3 o'clock onwards. So I wanted to get out before the rain came and actually got some Cornish sunshine, which was really nice. I wanted to record this video from the beach, but unfortunately it's way too windy and you just wouldn't have been able to hear anything. I did grab some footage, so I'll show you that at the end of the video. If you're like me and in your 60s preparing for retirement and know that you are going to need to supplement your income with your state pension and any other pensions that you've got, first on my list of ideas is to utilise the skill that you already have. So if you've had a career or you've had several careers and have spent many long years learning how to perfect your sector, craft, whatever terminology, niche, whatever you want to say, then utilising that skill and that experience is the first thing you need to think about. Is there any way that you can still carry on earning, possibly doing it part-time and possibly doing it as a self-employed entrepreneur? Those will be your first port of call, I'd say, because that's going to make it so much easier for you because you've already done the role, you've already done the work, so you know exactly what it is that's needed. If you don't want to be doing that work any longer, how about teaching it? There are ways to do that other than literally in a classroom or in an office at a desk. You can do plenty of things online now, so you can use Zoom for meetings and Teams for meetings, or you can use a piece of software called Loom, which has a free option and it records your screen, or it can record yourself from your laptop or computer. So perhaps you could either film a training course and try and sell that, or you could perhaps do some training on online over a webinar or perhaps on a one-to-one call. Then there's the content creation. So not only is there YouTube, which is a platform that you can actually create videos doing anything you want to. It doesn't have to be what you've been doing in your career. It doesn't have to be what you've been doing as a job. It can be anything. I've never done vlogging before in my life. In fact, I hated being in front of the camera. I still do. I hate having my photograph taken. That's because I feel awkward, I think. If it's just me talking to the camera, then that's completely different because there's no one else here. It's just me and the camera. And I'm just talking to my audience. And I find that so much easier. Then there are other avenues that you can go down besides just recording your thoughts like I'm doing now. You can do vlogging of your day-to-day activities. I think that appeals to a lot of the young ones. I'm not sure whether I'd want to vlog my whole day. I think that would be it would make me feel too awkward. But that's a possibility if that's your thing and you have some ideas, or perhaps you've got a really interesting life that you could vlog a day for and people would be interested to see what you get up to. You can do podcasts if you've got a subject that you're very strong on and you want to sit and chat about it. That's another idea. And it doesn't have to be just you on your own. You could do that with a friend or a couple of friends, and have a three-way discussion, four-way discussion about different subjects. And digital guides, so you could sit and chat, and maybe have some visuals where you can just talk about a subject or something that's very close to your heart. And that could be an idea for a channel. You have to remember with YouTube though, it's not instant payment. You have to grow the channel to the point where it can be monetized, and then you need to produce consistent videos that people do watch so that you can earn money. It's not going to make you famous. Well, it might make you famous, but it's not going to bring you in loads and loads of money. But it could be enough to supplement your pension. I mean, you are quite literally watching my retirement hustle right now. So thank you. If you've had enough of the career that you were in, or maybe you've had enough of doing whatever it was that you spent your pre-retirement years working in, then you can find lots of other things to do. So you don't have to be writing all these ideas down as you're watching this. They will all be in a PDF that will be in the description box. So ideas for part-time work, whether it be ongoing employment or just one-offs. So we've got working in shops or supermarkets, which is obviously another obvious one. They have flexible hours. It's sociable, so you can meet and chat with not only members of the public but the staff too. And some supermarkets will give you staff discount, which can be a bonus. So then there are the online gigs. So I have written down here platforms like Fiverr, Upwork or tutoring sites. So if you've got something that you could teach to other people, there are jobs proofreading, writing, admin, teaching English, or even some hobby-based ones. These aren't just for the young folks. Reliability is worth gold to some of these online employers. So local side hustles, these are not going to be necessarily consistent and regular, reliable, but they could bring in extra money if you're saving up for something in particular, like, for example, like a new washing machine. So these may help. So there's pet sitting, dog walking, gardening, sewing and babysitting. And then we go into some of the not so common ideas. So we've got mystery shopping. Apparently you can become a mystery shopper. Never looked into that, so I've no idea what that involves. Or doing odd jobs via apps. So there could be one-off jobs that somebody's asking you to do, like potentially proofread a thesis or something along those lines. You could be a professional queuer. Did you know that? Because I didn't. That was a new one to me. Apparently you can earn up to £20 an hour queuing for something that somebody wants desperately, but they're not prepared to queue for hours. So if it's, for example, like, or I'm guessing maybe the latest online game, and somebody doesn't want to queue 24 hours in the at the shop waiting for it to open to get the brand new game. I don't know the terminology for gaming, sorry, so I'm probably going to get this wrong. But yeah, you can be paid to stand in that queue. Who knew? You can be a professional film and TV extra. Some faces are in constant demand, and I'm going to show you a clip now. This is of my mother-in-law. She's in this pop video because they liked the way that she looked. She'd never done it before. They stopped her on the street and said, would you be in this video? It happened to be the road that she was where she lived, so she did, and they pay. I can't remember how much she said they paid her. It wasn't a great deal, maybe 100 quid, something like that. But yeah, so some faces just are good for videos, pop videos. So you can transport patients to and from appointments. So sometimes when the ambulances, not the emergency ambulances, but the other ones where they're ferrying patients around, if they're full, then you can actually be paid to take patients to and from appointments. So then we're going back down now to some of the more obvious ones, like customer service support. So you can do that from home, just using your telephone, and the calls will be pushed directly to you. Or you can hire out your home for photo shoots or films, and that's through a company called Scouty.com. If you've got a nice looking home, then you may be paid for something to be filmed there. The ones I were looking at online, it wasn't just like films or TV series. Sometimes it was just one-off interviews where somebody wanted a location that was never been seen on TV before, so they chose this lady's house, and I can't remember who was being interviewed, but yeah, so you can get paid for things like that. So if you've got a nice home and you're open to film crews coming in, and I expect they're going to be there for a very long time, for long days, but if that works for you, then that's a good way to earn money. But it didn't say online how much you get for this sort of thing, so I guess it's how long is a piece of string. So then we're moving on to part-time focus group participants. So in your local area, there will be occasionally, probably monthly, maybe 6 monthly, where they will meet together with people that have been trying out products, and they'll ask you questions about that product and if you liked it, etc. So companies can use market research platforms like user interviews or focus groups, Angel Group, or to research opinions on products. I had heard of this before, but I wasn't. I'd never thought about doing it as an ongoing project. I guess it's not a regular occurrence again. So it depends, what kind of money, what kind of income you're looking to get. If you're looking for the odd job to save money for a savings account, or whether you need a reliable income like I do. But these are some ideas in case anything appeals to you. So then we've got the passive and rental income ideas. So rent a spare room, that's an obvious one. And I think if you've got a spare room and you don't mind having somebody living with you, then that's an idea. But I would say make sure that you do the references and make sure that you check out the people for your own safety. You can rent your driveway or your parking space. So if you have your own driveway and maybe you don't have a car any longer, so you could rent that space out, especially if you lived in the centre of a town or city. Then parking, as everybody knows, is premium, and you can charge, I don't know, like upwards of 10, 20, 30 pound a day possibly, or maybe you could do like a week or a month and discount, but that's another way of earning some money. One of the big shifts now is control. Many women over 60 are choosing work that fits around their hours, their energy and their lifestyle. Now this might mean going down to working 3 days a week instead of 5, or just working mornings, or remote work from home. It's entirely your call, and it's your retirement, and you can do exactly what you want to. The key is we are learning to set new boundaries. We are not giving our employers our whole life anymore. We're not in a career. We're deciding how, when and where we work. What is retirement going to mean for you? So I hope you enjoyed this video. I am hoping to get out and about a bit more and do some recording out on a beach or walking along a cliff top. But yeah, look out for my new membership package, and I will be putting up some film of me on the beach. As I say, you won't be able to hear very much because the wind is too much for the microphone, but you'll be able to see some beautiful Cornish beaches. So thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.